Oh yeah, this video is not designed to tell you what to do, is to give you more information so that you can make your own assessment and judgment. Now the question is, when did you let somebody go out of your life? Now this question has been one of the questions I was struggling with for a very long time, you know, and it was one of the best and the hardest decision I ever had to make. You know, I was searching for answers here on YouTube, and then an answer came from a South African forum. Now, this lady asked this gentleman, how much can I take before I let somebody go out of my life? And the man replied, how much poison can you drink before it kills you? You know, guys, today I want to talk about when is the right time for you to separate yourself from chickens. But first, hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Eagle. Today, the word is when is the right time for you to separate yourself from your loved ones? Now, this decision will be one of the hardest decisions you will ever have to make on this journey of becoming your higher self. Now, as you're elevating and climbing, many of these people will naturally drop off. But some of these people, you're gonna have to do the separation by yourself. I know it's hard, but you have to find the courage deep within yourself to do this. After all, this is something that you will do for yourself so that you can find peace and pleasure, if I can say. You know, now, when you're born again, guys, every situation, every friendship, every relationship will have to be assessed and reviewed, and ask yourself, is this friendship or relationship serve higher purpose in my life? Me personally, I used to know a lot of people when it comes to friendship. Now I know only one person. Even him, he has to go through, he went through a lot of assessment and review. And now I can call him my best friend because he has proved himself to be my best friend. Now, when is the best time for you to let somebody go out of your life? Guys, the first one is when they try to destroy you. Now, I got a question for you. And the question is, say you are like some kind of detective and some kind of organization, and you're doing an investigation about a serious crime. As you do investigation, as you do your own investigation, and you find evidence that your boss or chief or somebody who had made you come to this position is guilty. What do you do? Will you arrest that person or will you let him go? This is the question I was faced with when I was doing my separation. One of the person that was so close to me tried to destroy me, you know, And it was so hard for me to let him go. And then when I confronted them with this evidence, they denied it, acted as if it was nothing. And then when I provided more evidence, there was silence. And then she calls me out of the blue and acted as if nothing has happened. It was so funny to me. And then I had to make that decision to cut her off forever. It was so painful. It took me about a year or so for me to finally find this courage to do so. When somebody tries to destroy you guys, whether it's spiritually, physically, or mentally, take it from me. It's time for you to separate yourself from that person. When a season of that friendship or relationship is ending, then it's time for you to separate yourself from that person. Now, people come into your life by seasons, guys. Some seasons are long, some seasons are short. Now, let me give you a story. It's funny. I always got a story about things that I'm sharing. Why? Because I look at life as my teacher, particularly my experience. My best friend from high school. We've been friends for about 20 years or so. I met him in high school and we kicked it off. We were best friends. We did everything together. He loved Jay. I love Kanye. You know, we used to smoke weed and rap and feel ourselves. It was the best time of my life. I'd visited him in Brazil in the year 13. I also visited him when he was living in Houston. Now, in the year 2023, on a Christmas day, he calls me. But when he calls me, this time, something is different. It's like our relationship is coming to an end. Our friendship, you know, that season is ending. I can feel the silence and the pause while we're discussing things that we always talked about. you know, when I hung up that phone, I knew the season of my friendship with my high school friend was over. It was a little bit sad, but it was peaceful. It's like we both understood that season of our lives is done so that we can both move on with our lives. And also, it was done with love. There's no grudge. It was more like, my friend, you be my best friend for all this time. You're a good man. You be my best friend. But now I'm going to have to release because this season is over. And now we are on to the next season. Now, moving on to the last point. What is the last point? Hello. How are you? The last point, guys, is when they try to take advantage of you or when they take your kindness for weakness. I also got another story for this. This is my childhood friend from my country. His mother was my mother's friend. His father, he was not very disciplined. He was sleeping with women all around. Anyway, his father was infected with HIV. Back then, of course, it was a big subject, particularly where I was from. So after some years, my childhood friend, he lost both of his parents. And he was looking after his brothers and sisters. Really, it was a hard life for my childhood friend. After I left my country, of course, I never forgot him. I always remembered. I kept in touch. You know, I gave him help here and there whenever I could. But when I came to visit him, when I went there to visit him, you know, he thought. After some time, of course, he thought I was stupid. I kind of thought like, man, this guy doesn't have money. He never had a chance to experience life the way I did. So I said, my friend, for the next 2 months, you're gonna be with me. You're gonna do what I do. You're gonna eat what I eat, even wear what I wear. And guess what? He thought I was stupid. And he began to take my kindness for weakness. And what did I do? Cut him off, of course. And now he's begging me, message after message, you know, email after email. But what? Silence. No reply. Why? Because he had taken my kindness for weakness. Guys, when somebody treats you this way, you got to let them go. And you got to let them go with love. Okay, guys, this week I've been a little bit busy. I'm moving house. I haven't made a video. But this week, guys, next week, I'm back with full force. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next vid, God bless and take care. Bye bye.